the IDP show, now you know.
Welcome to week 1 of the NFL season. I could not be more pumped to have week 1 be here because I get to be with the Bobby Reynolds. Bobby Reynolds, how are you on this fine Sunday morning, sir?
Man, I'm so ready, Jake. I'm so ready for football. You know, it's just been a cumulativization. No, that's not it. That's not it. Help me out here. A cumulative.
Amalgamation?
I don't know what I'm looking for this morning. It's still a little bit early. I'm still
You're
on my
looking for
first
some
cup of coffee.
football. You're looking for football.
It's been a long time coming, is what I'm trying to get at. Football is here. It's been a long off season. You know, we've had a lot of rookie drafts. We've had a lot of time to kind of make trades in our dynasty leagues and everything. But here we are starting the season. You ready? You ready, Jake?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I mean, you nailed it perfectly, right? We did all of these things. We listened to all the great shows. We read all the great articles. We made all of our guesses based on preseason. And it's all come to this moment where we're like, we're now going to stress out over what is that perfect lineup. And I think we got the right guy in the chair here to help us out this week, Bobby.
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'll call Josh here in a minute.
We're just talking about you got like 3 championships in a row in one of your leagues. You know, you're crushing these other ones. Like,
yeah,
I think we got the right person here week 1. So I don't know. Maybe let's just jump right into it here.
Let's do it.
So first and foremost, we got Jason off the top. Just heck yes, a new season of IDP. Let's go. We will be here for you. I think for the next couple of weeks for sure, and then we'll see what we got on the docket. But all that matters is getting that W in week 1. So let's see if we can't help with that. All right, welcome back with TJ Edwards out. Should we go with Joe Bacci, Devin Bush, or Trevin Wallace, or play a third safety? And they're Battle Bynum, Byard, Hufanga, Lake, or Tyke Smith.
Well, off the jump, I would, if you have to decide, you know, it does depend on your scoring a little bit as to whether it would be a better situation to start a linebacker there. I'm assuming in that flex position, or potentially, you know, I even have a Yahoo league that just has 2 extra IDPs in it. We don't have any kickers, and they added those in a couple years ago. So it is a little bit scoring dependent. I'm not depending on Joe Bacci this early on in the season. I know, Jake, you'll probably default to this as well. But, I mean, week 1, week 2, let's not get cute. Let's start who we know at this point. It does look like Devin Bush is probably going to play a lot of ball early on in the season. So if I have to pick one of those linebackers, it's probably Devin Bush. But the upside play might be Trevin Wallace with, Josie Jewell not there anymore, and with it being Christian Roseboom, Trevin Wallace might be somebody that I would consider. Now, I do love a lot of those safeties. You know, Quentin Lake, I'm a big fan of. Hufanga could be great as well. I mean, Bynum also. So, Jake, where are you going at? Are you going to start one of those safeties potentially over Bush or Wallace there?
I tend to lean with you, right? I think Bush is probably the right play. Battle and Hufanga and Lake kind of really intrigue me. Bynum, I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
Might get more of the deep treatment in that system that where he is now with the Colts and Luanarumo. Byard he was a little bit of a fade for me this week with Brisker back and the utilization they had when Brisker and Byard were both healthy. So I could see leaning into Lake. I mean, I just think he could eat like he did last year. I mean, the defense is set up the same for that. So it'll be interesting because they're playing my Houston Texans, right? Your Los Angeles Rams. What a week 1 matchup. We didn't even talk about that.
Here we are. We should have started with that.
Right. So I think it's Bush. Assuming you're going to go like a Battle and Hufanga as your 2 primary safeties, or a Battle and Lake. I could see arguing for the third safety, but I'm probably going to lean Bush just for the sake that I think the tackles are going to be there from a more of a safe floor play for us here in week 1.
Hey, another thing we should mention from the jump, go to the website, theidpshow.com. We have a start-sit tool. You have a lot of, decisions to make. You have a lot of up-in-the-air things that we're not able to answer today. Go to the website, check that out. That is on there that Josh and Mike Wohlert have kind of produced there in the last little while with his projections and everything for week 1. So they are week specific. They are awesome, and be sure to check that out. So I'm going Devin Bush. Welcome to 2025, people.
Right. Yeah, we're week 1 and we're already getting to some pretty gross names potentially here. All right, moving on. Carter's got another one follow up here. Also need to Kyler Gordon versus Minnesota, Keyshawn Nixon versus Detroit, Drew Phillips versus Washington, Tyreek Stevenson versus Addie's Vikings, Derek Finley versus the Rams. I just got to jump in because my guy's name is
Do it.
Kyler Gordon is a pretty easy
Yeah.
slap down for me. Drew Phillips probably number 2.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Nixon, not sure how much slot role he's going to get with Hobbs there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stingley and Stevenson kind of fall towards the tail end.
Yep, agree with you 100%. I think Kyler Gordon there from the jump is who I would go with. Also, like kind of Tyreek Stevenson versus Minnesota because they might throw the ball quite a bit.
Yeah.
And don't forget about Derek Stingley. But yeah, Kyler Gordon, Keyshawn Nixon. We'll see what type of usage he gets in the punt and kick return game. If your league scores that, maybe you lean Nixon. If it did sound like a couple weeks ago he didn't want to do much punt and kick return, and then the team was like, no, you're going to do punt and kick return. So I would assume if you're scoring, we'll accept it. If you're going to get points for that, maybe bump Nixon up a little bit for me, but Kyler Gordon for sure, 101 right there.
All right, well, let's keep on rolling. We got some questions piling up. So Ruggiero, thank you. Excited to be back. Welcome back. Tough decision. Sherwood, Edgerrin Cooper, Ernest Jones, and Cashman. So let's start right there. Which 2 linebackers are you running with, Bobby?
I am going to go Jamie Sherwood, and I'm going to go Ernest Jones. I like Edgerrin Cooper. Let's see what it looks like a little bit with Isaiah McDuffie and with Quay before we just, crown him the new IDP linebacker, in Dynasty. Blake Cashman is also a really good play as well, I'll admit. But the only reason I like Jamie Sherwood, I think he's the obvious pick out of this group. But the only reason I like Ernest Jones is because the other linebacker there in Seattle, Tyrese Knight, I think is a little bit banged up. So it could be a heavy workload there for Ernest Jones this week.
Nope, I love it. Seattle also very friendly scoring tackles for their team. So, all right, I'm with you on those. Nice job, Summer, because that's a heck of a linebacker too to have.
Yeah, you listen to the show, so congrats.
Yeah, right. All right, then Nubin or Deshaun Elliott today, and likely rest of the season. Thanks so much.
Get you Nubin.
Yeah.
You on board?
You know what? I'm literally the same thing. You have an amazing set of safeties here. You're in a good spot. Yes, I do like Nubin here just because I'm afraid of their matchup with the Jets. I think that's going to be a very slow, very low scoring game, which is going to result in a lower number of plays, which means lower number of opportunities. So Nubin is the play here for me as well.
Fantastic call.
All right, Ruggiero, yeah, right. We're with royalty here. We got Pablo on the set today.
Here he is.
We're starting Schlesinger. All right, we found Mike's burner account here.
Yeah, there it is. Somebody screenshot
that. Culmination.
Thank you, Josh.
Josh, we are only 8 minutes late, but thank you, Josh.
Josh is only 50 yards that way. So he's always eyes on the situation.
I'm gonna imagine him peeking through the window with his phone. That's
it. That's exactly it.
Swesh to the moon. We got a lot of Swesh love in here. That's great. All right. Good morning. Which 2 should we start between? Danielle Hunter, Byron Young, Chop Robinson, and Jalen Phillips. The double dip with the Dolphins. All right.
You want to jump in there?
Sure. I can jump in this. To me, I love Danielle Hunter in his matchup. I think that the Rams do have some good things going on there. Austin Jackson is supposed to play fully, so that's good to hear. Danielle Hunter's been doing it for so long and so well. And Stafford, while he's a very, very capable pocket presence type quarterback, I still like him to get the job done for us to bring home a sack today.
Yeah.
Byron Young plus matchup, Texans offensive line.
Yeah.
But I think I would lean into Chop Robinson here. Jalen Phillips, I just want to see him fully healthy, full utilization before I get too excited. So for me, it's Hunter and Chop.
Let's go a little trade show real quick too. I'm a little bit worried about Byron Young for the long run because there is a guy there named Josiah Stewart that the Rams took this year in the draft who a lot of smarter people than I really enjoy his pass rush upside. So I agree with you 100%, Jake. For week 1, Daniil Hunter, Chop Robinson, but I would maybe think about moving Byron Young sooner rather than later, just because the axe could fall on him.
I like it. CHB getting some extra information here from Bobo this
Yeah, there
morning.
you go.
That's what you get when you bring in a Bobo. So, all right, ran all 6 of the IDP props on a single parlay. There we go. Watching the
Nice.
IDP.
Awesome.
I love it. I cash it in, man. No,
Yeah.
no flex play either. Just straight, right? Give me that full parlay.
Absolutely.
I love it. IDP. Would you start for LB3 Lloyd or Batchy? That is a tough one. You want to take this one, Bobo?
I'll take Lloyd. I mean, I do know. I'm assuming he means Devin Lloyd here.
Yeah.
And we know he means Joe Batchy. You know, there's only so many Batchies around the league. But yeah, with Devin Lloyd, I know there's the Ventrell Miller hype. I know they've got a couple, rookies there that everybody is paying attention to. But I do think that Devin Lloyd is going to get the playing time. I don't know whether we trust him for the season, but for week 1, I think the answer is Lloyd.
Yeah, I can see the concern here. It really does feel like a coin flip to me. If there's ever a time where Lloyd's opportunity is the most safe, it's going to be week 1, right? Because he's going to have the veteran knowledge over some of the other guys there.
Kind of like Devin Bush.
Yeah. Yep.
It's kind of stinky, but it's week 1.
And that's, the Devons, right? I don't know what the thing is there, but that's exactly what it is.
Weird.
So I would lean into Lloyd here. Keep Batchy because you never know what's going to happen there, and we want to see that utilization.
And don't be bummed. Like if Joe Batchy gets really good usage and scores great for IDP, be hyped for week 2. Because then you've got options. Don't be upset after week 1. Week 1 is just we start what we know. We don't get upset. Let's try to add some depth at linebacker and just roll with the punches.
Yep, I agree. All right, another. Starts at regular here. Frosty coming in, starting 2 linebackers, Pat Queen, Al Shire, or your boy, Nate Landman. Your
not
boy,
my
by
boy.
proxy.
I am not a Landman guy. Don't you put that on me. Pat Queen and Al Shire are the pretty simple answers here because I do think Landman is going to be decent in run defense, but he is a liability in coverage. And I also am not sure what that shakeup is going to look like with presumably Omar Spates maybe getting some run, and then Sean Dolak ran a lot with the ones in preseason. So I'm not sure what the linebacking core is going to look like from the Rams this season.
Love the Sean Dolak call out. So there's a little bit of a fantasy or dynasty news. Like I think that's the guy to start be stashing if you haven't been already. Like
also, I was really surprised at the Pooh Paul release. I know Seattle snatched him up, and I kind of drafted Chris Paul, if you don't know who Pooh Paul is, in a couple of dynasty leagues, and was pretty hyped for the guy. Pretty decent draft capital out of him too, like 4th or 5th round, I feel like.
I want to say 5th.
Maybe not super deep, but yeah, Pat Queen and Al Shire, especially with Christian Harris's weirdness being banged up. There's some strange depth chart stuff with Houston, I think, where they named Christian Harris like a later guy behind Henry 20202020. Shout out Addy. But yeah, Pat Queen, Al Shire. You agree?
Al Shire's a locked in one out of this 3 for sure. Yeah. I get the hesitation with Pat Queen. I just talked about that's a negative matchup in my mind. I get that they're like, yeah, we're going to run the ball a ton. And people are like, oh, Pat Queen, he's a linebacker. He's going to pile up all these tackles. Well, like, I don't know. Calling Pat Queen a linebacker at times feels like a stretch to me. Sorry. Yeah. I know I can't play in the NFL, but I'm just not a Pat Queen guy.
And Pat Queen's going to be like, who have we already talked about just a minute ago? He's going to be kind of like, even like Kenneth Murray a couple games ago. Like, it was really gross, but he got a lot of usage, It's going to be very similar.
So I think Pat Queen is the right call here in week 1. So,
yeah.
All right, moving on. JP Rager. Hey, guys, I'm thinking maybe I should sit Abdul Carter week 1 because you got Jonathan Cooper, Alex Highsmith in the lineups. Thoughts?
Well, at least with Alex Highsmith, I do know that Nick Herbig is taking a questionable tag, I think, into today. So I'm not sure what type of usage that he is going to get. Right now, I can understand this. I'm assuming that you just need to start one. I would go Alex Highsmith in a pretty, nice matchup with Justin Fields and the New York Jets. New team, new situation there. I do love Abdul Carter. Sitting him in week 1 is going to feel kind of gross, but we know what we've got with Alex Highsmith.
Yeah, I think she might need 2 here though. I'm looking at this because she says right now she has Cooper and
Okay.
Highsmith. So I'm thinking out of these 3, she needs 2. I'm with you.
Well,
Highsmith's 1.
okay. And then I'm going to go Abdul Carter if you need to. I'm going to
Okay.
take him over, even though I know that's a rookie matchup there with Cam Ward, and I can understand the upside maybe with Jonathan Cooper, but man, I'm not putting Abdul Carter. I'm not putting him on the bench even in week 1.
I like it. I like it a lot. And you know, Highsmith and Carter both playing quarterbacks in Jaden Daniels and Justin Fields that like to scramble and hold on to the
Yeah.
ball. And there is some correlation to show us that quarterbacks who hold on to the ball long generally tend to get sacked more.
Yeah.
So I think there's some good opportunity there for a playmaker in Abdul Carter in week 1.
Yeah.
All right. Summer in sleeper, we have Christian Ellis or Chop Robinson because Christian Ellis is a DL in sleeper with dual Desi for some reason.
Nice.
I feel like Chop might get 1 or possibly 2 versus Daniel Jones today, but Ellis is a cheat code to play at DL. Tough decision. I agree. It's going to be interesting to see how the Patriots deploy their linebackers with the new staff. I haven't heard enough buzz or things that I'm really wanting to hear about that LB2 spot to feel great about putting him in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm struggling on this one.
I'll break it for you. So I really don't think this is player dependent. I think this is matchup dependent. Are you favored or do you need the upside? If you're favored and you just need the points, go Ellis. And if you're feeling like you need to kind of take a swing, Chop Robinson, you're already talking here like you feel like Chop might get 1 or 2 versus Daniel Jones, which I love. Go Chop then. So really, hey, don't put this on us. We're going to put this back on you. Right?
There you go. I love it. And then there is so much there's context to everything, right? Like there's ways that you want to measure all this, and I think that's a great call out. So if you need it though, I think I'd still fall Chop here.
I agree.
Just for this situation.
For sure.
All right, we're gonna try to rapid fire to catch up a little bit here. So we got Frosty C in Dynasty. Would you drop Dorian Williams for D Winters or Diablo? I would do it for D Winters because at that point I'm playing for this year and maybe next at most, and looking for that value.
I might do it for both. Diablo's a guy that maybe you can pick up and maybe flip. And actually get a little bit of profit out of. So in IDP, we talk about it a lot. How can you make a profit? How can you turn, a later round linebacker into a second round pick or something? So, it might not seem real, fun right now, but I agree with you on the D Winters call. And then Diablo sounds like he could get some real good usage this year. So, yeah, that's a little surprise. Maybe both of them.
Yep. All right, Jason, no Jeff. We have to give that man a break at some point.
He's exhausted.
IDP minutes, IDP after show.
That boy tired.
Right, exactly. So we'll. I'm sure he'll be around though still yet. So
Absolutely.
keep your ears open. Rob, who we starting, Schwesh or Singleton?
Wow. Don't put Kingleton on the bench. Week 1, Swessinger. Let's wait and see. I get the hype. I get Mike Wohlert is just he probably hadn't slept in days. But I'm not sitting Swessinger for Singleton in week 1.
Nope. I'm with you there. All right. Honest Home Realty. Who do we like right now? Levante David, Demario Davis, or Blake Cashman? I'm going to jump right in with Blake Cashman in that matchup on Monday night. But I think Levante David would close second to Demario. The inefficiencies in the previous defense leave me a little concerned. They should be playing more zone. He might be a little better. Yeah. But again, I want to see that utilization, more comfortable with what we know with Blake Cashman and Levante David at this point.
I'm gonna go perpendicular to you here. I'm gonna go Levante David first. In a weird matchup with the Falcons in week 1. And really more than anything, because I want Ivan Pace to be a thing. Just be a thing, dude. Be a thing. Take over Blake Cashman's job at some point in the 2025 season. I love Blake Cashman too, but I'm a big Pace guy.
Yeah. Cashman, I think, just too good in coverage to be replaced by Pace. Just at this point, I love Pace's blitzing upside. His ability to play behind the line is amazing. Mm-hmm. All right. FF Plebe, love it. Got to pick 2. Kuntz, Diaby, Cashman, Bernard, Shair. Bobo, who stands out for the top 2 here?
Oh, man. Again, very scoring dependent. But it's going to be hard to go away from Blake Cashman and from, a toss-up between Bernard and Shair. Probably Shair in week 1 because I kind of like that matchup with the Rams. Yeah. I'm not trusting Kuntz at all. Yaya Diaby, we really need to see what 2025 looks for. There's a lot of optimism with him, and we really want him to take a step. But let's see that first. So it's really between the last three for me. I like Cashman and Shair. You going Bernard over either of those two, Jake?
Yeah, I'm Cashman and Bernard here. I
Okay.
agree with both of your takes there. I think I'm just buying into, they got a nearly 50-point over under there in the Baltimore Buffalo. So I think we're just in for a lot of fireworks, which means Bernard's probably going to be delivering some of that as well.
Yeah.
And for me, I like him just a bit more. Kuntz, great, but I want to see him off the injury. He's actually a favorite play of mine in a lot of positions. But again, what we're working with in this scenario, I'm liking Cashman and Bernard. So we're locked in on Cashman, kind of a coin flip here between Bernard and Shair. So hopefully that gets you a little bit closer, plebe, to a winning lineup.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Clint, moving on here. Two safeties out of this group here. We got Jordan Battle, Deshaun Elliott, or Will Harris. So some common names we've seen before, but who is tickling your fancy here?
First two. I want to see it first before I really roll out Will Harris. The offseason upside, I understand all the hype behind him, but Battle and Elliott are the ones that I'm going to trust in week one.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Mm-hmm. So we'll just move right on to Rogaroo. Shouting out the start sit tool.
Yeah.
Great call out, Bobo. And it is absolutely amazing.
Shout out Wohlert again.
Yeah. Yep.
And Joshy. Joshy's the best.
All right, SRM, what do you think about replacing Edwards with Batchy? I'm going to hope you mean just for week one. That's definitely not a long-term play. But with Edwards doubtful, if you really don't have an option to be able to pivot to at that point for a Monday night game, getting Batchy in now is the right play. So I think he might even be out. I thought someone said he's out for sure. The last I saw was doubtful, but at that point, I'm just counting him out, and I'm getting sure points into my lineup.
For sure. Agreed.
All right, Matthew. Hey, boys. We got 2 of 3 here. Foye, Cooper, or Kingleton. This is a good one here.
Do you have any that you really prefer here, Jake?
I think I'm leaning into Foye. I really believe that we're going to see a return to form for his 2022, 2023 type of performances. I'm just buying into that. I think he is going to be the guy. That leaves me, do I want to shoot upside with Cooper with his, increased role, or Singleton, who has been the tackle efficiency king for so many years, but coming off of a knee injury? So I think if I have this type of lineup, I'm leaning into the consistency of Foye with a high floor, and then I'm going to inject a little bit of variability with Cooper for his upside and what he can be, just to try and optimize my lineup a bit. But again, I don't think there's a bad answer in this. That's just how I would approach this from my situation.
I think this was a really nice offseason to go buy Foye, if that's what you did, because Foye is still a really, really good player. I understand the regression in terms of like playing time some last year. He did lose a little bit of snaps down the stretch, but I think that's in line. I think Foye, I think the upside with Edgerrin Cooper, Singleton is also fine. Like if you kind of need to pivot, if you look later on today and your points are great, and the Green Bay game is later on, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they have the late game. Yep. Broncos also play the late game. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I think Foye plays early on, so start Foye. If it looks like from a matchup perspective you're pretty set, go Singleton, because I think he's going to be locked in points. But if you need to shoot high, the upside there with Edgerrin Cooper is something that's hard to look away from.
I love it. And now I feel great about my analysis because I got the Bob O. Reynolds stamp of approval. Mm-hmm. Matthew, then also following up with Tyke or Taron Johnson at cornerback here. I think I'm leaning Taron just because I'm a little more confident in his role, and it looks like he's fully healthy, not on the injury report. I know he was dealing with some stuff this offseason. Mm-hmm. Tyke, great, but I just there are so many talks of what they're doing with nickel in Tampa Bay and safety and all this stuff. So this is just a little uncertainty for his utilization that has me leaning into the known of Taron Johnson.
Yeah, Taron Johnson is really slept on, I feel like, in terms of not only IDP points, but also in the NFL. He's a really, really good cornerback. I do love the upside with Tyke. Shout out Addy, one of his OGs from the day that Tyke Smith came into the league. But I agree with you. There is some weirdness there with the defensive backs in Tampa Bay because, obviously Antoine Winfield is awesome. And then they have I don't even know the guy's name off the top of my head, the rookie that came in.
Christian Izian.
That's it. There's a lot of upside with him as well. So, yeah, let's see it first. See what that shakes out like in week 1.
Awesome. You're welcome, Matthew. Happy to help and glad to have you here, along with 205 other people viewing right now.
Let's go.
Keep going, guys. We love to see it. All right, JP Rage, you're coming back in. And if you can take a second question, 3 DBs, 2-point tackle, 1 assist. So Amani Hooker, Tyke Smith, Jalen Petrie. And should we sub either for Evan Williams? It's Hooker Petrie pretty easily for me. Tyke's just same thing, right? I'm a little uncertain, so.
100%, Jake. Spot on, buddy. Yeah, interested to see what Jalen Petrie looks like this season.
Yeah, should see that full-time slot role, and I think that they'll be looking to just run that nickel formation from everything that they've done in the past and how they built out their roster, coming from a Texans fan. So.
Yeah. Hey, you've watched him more than anybody.
All right, picking up D. Winters over Landman.
Keep in mind, D. Winters does have to look over his shoulder a little bit this season with the other linebacker that they drafted.
Oh, Nick Martin.
So pay attention to that. I'm not. I like Landman, and I think he'll get the early season usage, but I think he's going to be, it was not a long contract that he signed there. Sean Dolak, we'll see, but no. Yep. I like D. Winters. I'm not getting too crazy.
Yep. All right. How about Cedric Gray over Batchy here? Again, to back up the TJ Edwards. I think I'm still leading Batchy just because injuries, like Carlis is out because of this, right? There's still just some uncertainty in Tennessee. And who did they just pick up? Kaiser White?
White.
So I'm not saying Kaiser White's coming in to do this. I just think that there's a lot of question marks at that LB2 spot where they could start rotating people mid-game. I feel more confident Batchy's going to see his complement of LB2 snaps for the entirety of week 1.
Spot on, 100%, Jake.
Yep. So it's a deep league. Sounds like it, but it sounds like you're making the right moves early. So nice job. Malik coming in.
Tyke Smith, it's a deep league when you've got a guy on your team named Joe Batchy. It's a deep league.
Yeah. All right, Malik coming in with Tyke Smith or Quentin Lake.
Easy.
We both love Lake.
Let's go swimming.
That's
Get
right.
in the lake.
Get in the deep end with Quentin Lake. We love it.
Yes.
All right, Rogeru. Sambor let me down. He let us all down, sir. Don't worry. Is he gonna get the dot back or is Murray the play?
Hey, go trade for Jack Sanborn right now. Go get him.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, look what he put up even in 75% of the snaps, right? So
even that. Look what Murray's done everywhere he's ever been. Lets you down.
With
go
100%
get Jack
of the
Sanborn.
snaps.
Yeah.
So, yep. All right. SRM, choose 2, please. At defensive end, we're looking at Cooper Granderson, Derek Hall, Arden Key, Isaiah McGuire, or Joseph Asai. I'm Cooper Granderson pretty quickly off this list.
Yeah, this is exactly pretty much how he has typed this out right here is how I would trust these guys. Arden Key, McGuire, Osai, all guys we're kind of paying attention to. Derek Hall as well, but no, Jonathan Cooper, Granderson, week 1, don't get cute.
Yep. All right, Trevin Wallace, Cody Barton, or Frankie Louvu need the big swing after the Sanborn letdown. Well, if you're looking for big swing, Frankie Louvu immediately stands out as that boom bust option with a decent floor too. I mean, but obviously he's greater range of outcomes. And then I would still lean into Cody Barton. I mean, the man, talk about a guy who just goes somewhere a bunch, but he finds a way to deliver pretty solid, IDP performances for us overall. So week 1, I'm still going to lean into Barton for the floor and Louvu for the upside.
I'm going to switch a little bit. I'm definitely going to go Louvu here 1. But if you need this big swing because Sanborn, lets you down, if you still need the upside, I would go Trevin Wallace because, Barton's going to be kind of sure points, I feel like. But Trevin Wallace, what happens if the, upside play there for week 1, he gets more PT? And I think Trevin Wallace has kind of that big play upside. So I'm going to go Wallace and Louvu if you're really behind and needing some points.
All right, CHB, another one. Should I start Patrick Surtain, PS2, over Kirby Joseph? I'm also thinking about starting Jermaine Johnson in. I would still play Kirby Joseph. I love PS2, reigning defensive player of the year. And he's made some big plays. I think he had a 100-yard pick 6 last year. but he also can disappear pretty quickly just due to the volatility of the cornerback position. Safety generally tends to give us a little bit more, and Joseph can still make some plays himself too.
Not even really the volatility of the cornerback position, but just how good Surtain is. You know, so many players, just kind of, Surtain is just one that you don't really want to throw to. So I agree 100%, Jake. Kirby Joseph, I can't stand because I think he's a little bit of a dirty player, the little Tyler Higbee, a couple years ago. So from an IDP perspective, it's definitely Kirby Joseph.
All right. Get KJ in your lineups. All right. Nick L. Presuming Edgerrin Cooper over Schlesinger, 2 points per tackle. For me, yeah. I mean, Cooper showed enough to us in the season, but most specifically at the end of the year to prove that he deserves to be a 95 to 100% snap guy with big play upside.
Yeah.
Schwess were all excited. Mike the most excited, obviously.
Sure.
But yeah, I think in this situation, I would love to see Coop in there for week 1. And hopefully you have something even, just as great or greater with Schlesinger moving forward.
Yep, absolutely. Edgerrin Cooper is going to smash in week 1.
All right, Razor, thanks. Get the thought process. Happy to help. CHB, my other flex position.
Cool.
Oh, I think that was for Jermaine Johnson. Was that what he was asking?
Yeah.
Oh, he's thinking about starting Jermaine Johnson as other flex. I'm blanking on what else there would be. Jermaine Johnson is a little bit of a tough play for me. I love what he was in the talent, but I'm a little hesitant with the lower body injury coming back like that and what he can do right off the bat in week 1. Kind of saw the same slow start for Jalen Phillips coming back after his.
Yeah.
So I would hesitate a little bit. CHB, if you throw some other thoughts in the chat here, I'll try and catch them and we can kind of get some more clarification there. But for now, we'll jump forward to Mama Jama Jeans, Keyshawn Nixon, or Sauce Gardner. You have punt return scoring. If you got return scoring, Nixon is in play over Sauce Gardner pretty consistently for me.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Gardner falls into that Pat Surtain kind of conversation.
Yep. All right. Getting our first offensive side of the question. We do answer offensive questions here. So DJ Moore or Tet PPR? Babo?
Man, let's go Tet. Let's go Tet for the upside.
Yep. He's going to get peppered with targets, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Willpower. How concerned are we about TJ Edwards' injuries? They can linger for weeks. You're 100% right. So obviously Monday night game, you either need to get someone in now or you need to put him into a flex position that you have and have another option ready. Ruben Hippolyte is a deep play there potentially for the Bears. Otherwise, you got your Kyler Gordons, your Kevin Byards, your Jaquan Briskers that maybe you can sneak into there if it's a flex, just to have your back. But yes, be ready and start looking on the waivers to be able to cover TJ Edwards. We've talked about some deeper names. Joe Bacci's been a consistent one. D. Winters.
Yeah, be concerned. Edwards might be out for a while.
Yep. So you're right, Will, to start planning ahead. I love it. All right, PPR. This is like half offense, half defense because we got our guy.
Let's go.
Travis Hunter.
Let's go.
So who we got in the flex? Travis Hunter, JMO. They officially said this morning Travis Hunter is a full-time wide receiver week 1 with situational cornerback play.
Bro, you know the answer. You knew the answer, Jonathan, before you even asked it. It's always Travis Hunter. It's never JMO. It's never anybody else. It's always Travis Hunter. No, I mean, if you're playing fantasy football to have fun, if you want to have a good time today, put Travis Hunter in your lineup anywhere, and you're gonna have such a good time, man. Such a good time. I know JMO got paid this morning, which is kind of surprising, honestly. I didn't think he was gonna get paid by the Lions. I thought that they would let him go to free agency and just kind of test and see if some other team liked him more than they did. But Travis Hunter, if you're going to get both, offensive and defensive points, I think he is, just like Josh said a couple weeks ago on the pod, he could be the talking point for the NFL heads in the month of September.
Yep. And yeah, I'm not, I'm a Texans fan, Jags are in the division. Like, I'm still so pumped to watch Travis Hunter play.
Oh, yeah.
He's just going to be fun this year.
It's going to be a good time.
Yep. So yes, Hunter is the answer. Clint coming in, pick 2 at our D line: Latu, Diaby, or Chop.
Chop 1, and then for me, it's a toss up between Latu or Diaby. I'm gonna go Latu, and just hope that we get a little bit of a crummy game there with the Dolphins, and Tua can be sacked from time to time. It's not like Tua is just some world beater at this point. So I want Latu to take a step this season. So from an optimism perspective, let's go chopping Latu.
Yep. I'll go chopping Diaby. Diaby
Okay.
for me is I like the speed at which the Falcons and Raheem Morris's offense play at. I think lots of opportunity there for Diaby. And for me, Tua tends to throw the ball very quickly, especially after his injury situations, and I think that continues. So that quick of time to throw leaves little or less opportunity for sacks. So I'm going to lean into Diaby and chop here for this week. All right. Day coming in with Vita Vea is probable, but I'm looking for a backup plan. So I don't know if we're looking DT specific or any DL. So Dave, if you just want to throw that in the chat, I'll try and catch that here as we keep moving through. We just want to make sure we're giving you the right stuff. All right, Rogeru found Witherspoon and Ward on the wire. Now I have those two plus Hufanga, Bishop, Imanwari, Petrie, and Hunter. Pick 4.
Okay, so I'm going to go Hunter for sure, and then I'm going to go probably Cole Bishop, Jalen Petrie, maybe Witherspoon for the 4th. Over Ward, I want to see the usage with Hufanga, and then Imanwari being a rookie, I really want to see what the PT looks like first before I trust him. So Hunter, Petrie,
Bishop,
Witherspoon. Jake, you agree?
Yep, I'm spot. I think you're spot on. Hufanga might slip in there for me with Witherspoon instead, but the top 3 nailed it. Otherwise, I think we're good in agreement in those spots. All right, GT Sport pick 2. We got Ivan Pace, Jonathan Cooper, Demario Davis, Matt Milano.
Demario Davis and Ivan Pace, probably. Milano, I want to see what that health looks like first. And then Jonathan Cooper is an okay play, but I just like the guaranteed points with Pace and Davis.
Yep. I'm locked in on Davis. I lean a little bit more Cooper over there just because of the matchup. I'm not sold on Tennessee's offensive line just
yet. A lot of Jonathan Cooper questions today. Right? Interesting.
All right. Pick 1. Omar Spates, Akeem Gaither Davis, or Justin Stranad, 32-man league. Negatives for missed tackles. We're getting deep and dirty. I love this league, Josh.
Okay.
To me, I'm going to lean into Akeem Davis Gaither, even though there is the negative there, and he has shown us some pretty poor PFF performances. I like just the pure volume that he should get week 1. And I know there's been questions about him as the LB2 in Arizona. I just think he's shown us enough as a backup in relief duty that we should feel comfortable here, at least for week 1.
Yeah, I really want to say Spates because I do think he's going to get the playing time in week 1. I don't think we're going to see as much Dolak as maybe the offseason has kind of shown us. I really think that a lot of that was just him getting PT. The Rams don't always throw their rookies in week 1. Maybe I'm going to go Spates. I'm going to go Spates just because I think he could be the surprise today to where everybody's a little bit bummed that Dolak doesn't get all the usage.
I think that's a fair call. So I think you're safe with either of those 2 options. All right, B. Blair coming in. Rank them. Week 1, Diaby, Peyton Wilson, Mac Wilson, Christian Rose, Boom, or Nate Landman.
Wow. So probably Rose Boom 1.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go Peyton Wilson. Okay. And then I'm going to go Landman, Diaby, Mac Wilson. I think Mac Wilson's going to get the usage. I just don't know how good he is. Anytime he's gotten usage, he's just never really produced that much for us.
Yeah, more like Meh Wilson instead of Mac Wilson.
That's that's a decent joke for a Sunday morning. 6 out of 10.
I didn't finish my caffeine yet, so all right. I'm with you on all those. Diaby and Peyton could be flipped for me, but I think
I love all the people that have gone and gotten Diaby because they see the upside with him.
Oh, the underlying metrics are great. Regression for positive sack totals there, and just the overall utilization. I agree with you. All right, Alejandro coming in. Would you start Travis Hunter's an IDP flex over battle?
You knew before you asked, Alejandro.
Yep.
Congratulations on having Travis Hunter on your team.
That's exactly really why that's why he dropped the question.
That's a flex is what that is. That's a flex. That's a Sunday morning flex. Send this to your league. Screenshot this, send it to your league. Be scared, league. Alejandro has Travis Hunter.
All right, GT coming in. We got a full defensive question. New England or the Rams. For New England's got Vegas. Rams got the Texans. I think I lean into New England a little bit, and I'm trying not to be biased here as a Texans fan, but Bobby, as a Rams fan,
Yeah.
would you agree?
I think I'm going to go Rams because I think that game is going to be a little higher scoring, and I think there's just going to be more opportunity for plays to be made. So I'll lean Rams a little bit, but it's close.
Look at that. Our fandom's coming through true as they should.
That's it.
Nick, DB bench, number 3, 2-point tackle, Petrie, Will Harris, pick up Will Harris ahead of week 2 waiver wires. It's Petrie for me. He's just too proven, and he's a key part of the Texans defense. They're going to have him out on the field 95% of the time. Will Harris is a great option. It's a great name to be watching, but Petrie's just too locked in for me.
If you have a spot, I would pick up Will Harris because after week 1, you could be really surprised by the usage. But in week 1, I'm trusting Petrie.
Yep. All right, fantasy sports. Which 3 linebackers? Cashman, Bernard, Campbell, or Landman? I'm going to go out on a limb and say we got them in order. Is that fair to say, Bobo?
Spot on.
All right. So Landman to the bench for week 1 here for you, fantasy
maybe
sports.
Forever. Hopefully,
maybe forever. Once Sean Golak takes over.
Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen. We got JHA, who shout out to his son who defeated cancer.
Yeah.
F cancer. All right, sorry, I just had to throw that out there. Aziz Al-Shair, and I'm going to assume Jack Campbell in my lineup. Would you sit any of them for Parsons? Not week 1 because of how late he came over to the Packers. I think he's going to be a DPR, designated pass rusher. I'm just going to go with the guys who I know are locked in for their utilization for week 1.
Yeah, I agree. I think with Parsons, even if he does play, I think he's going to be on a snap count. So, yeah, I agree with you, Jake.
Yep. All right. Woo Bear coming in with Malachi Stark, Shamar Stewart, Mike Green, and Derek Harmon in my IDP dynasty.
Cool.
Oh, I think we just got a little humble brag dropping in here. So
sure.
Like some of the names there. I'm a big Mike Green guy. So
yeah.
All right. JP shouting out thanks. Jordan shouting out the thanks. Hey guys, we are happy to be here and helping. Thoughts on Kaiser for the season? He was no slouch.
Pick him up.
Yeah, if you got the spot, you should be storing Kaiser White 100% of the time in your league. Especially with the Titans LB2 room the way it looks.
Yeah.
Need to add a linebacker. Who should we add? D. Winters, Joe Bacci, or Devin White the rest of the season? Mike Woolert just threw up somewhere since Devin White was mentioned. I think we're both locked in on D. Winters, I'm guessing here.
Yeah, I agree. I do like Bacci as just kind of a, hey, I can grab him for free right now. White is the least for me. So I agree with you, Jake. It's Winters, Bacci, and then I'm not even White, whatever.
Right. All right, Charlie, pick 2 for week 1. Balance scoring: Julian Blackmon, Ashton Davis, Grant Delpit, Will Harris, Amani Hooker. I'm going to slam my fist down and say Grant Delpit needs to be in your lineup. I'm a big Grant Delpit believer. I know he's not a DB overall 1 type of guy, but that is a guy who's going to float between DB 10 and 15 like every week for me. Amani Hooker feels like the next name for me too.
Yeah,
just got the big deal too, I think.
Yeah, I like Blackmon. He plays deep a lot. I like Ashton Davis. It's just never really worked for him in IDP, just not really produced that much for us. I do like the upside with Will Harris, as we continue to talk about. But, yeah, it's definitely Delpit and Hooker.
All right. Josh coming in. Not our Josh, but another great – just all the Josh accounts. Yeah. Another one for a 32-man league. This time in the secondary. Coverage does matter. Deontay Banks, Roger McQuarrie, Alante Taylor – Caillou Blue Kelly or Jeff Okudah. Alante Taylor immediately stands out as
for sure.
Make sure you get in your lineup. I'm probably gonna go Roger McCreary here.
Okay.
But it's close for me. I could see Deontay Banks as well.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jake. I think it's Taylor and Banks for me. I like the upside that Banks kind of carries this season. But you want to go McCreary week 1, I'm not going to fault you for that.
All right. Harry coming in with another one. DL to start, DeForest Buckner, Will Anderson Jr. To me, I do like Will Anderson's upside this week, even against a Rams offense that knows how to protect its quarterback most of the time. Buckner, I forget, why am I blanking on the Colts? They get
Dolphins.
That is a plus matchup. I get why you'd ask this question. I'm still going to lean into Waj on this one.
Yeah, you can get to Stafford, and there's some different pieces on that Rams offensive line. So I'm going to go Will Anderson, I think, could absolutely just, break IDP this season.
Sounds
So
good.
I like Will Anderson a lot.
All right, and Josh's flag pant. All right,
Yeah,
Bobo. I hate
good
to do
call.
this, but we need to hit the lightning round. We're falling behind here
Let's
a
do
bit,
it.
and we got a hard stop at 9, so we are gonna rapid fire these here, folks. We got War Clouds, Jack Campbell, Logan Wilson, Christian Roseboom. Need one of these guys. 10 combined tackle bonus.
Logan Wilson.
I like it. Let's go. All right, Andrea, 2 spots. Hufanga, Kyle Duggar, Tyke Smith, Will Harris, Alante Taylor, Keyshawn Nixon.
If you have punt and kick return, Keyshawn Nixon and Alante Taylor.
No arguments here. I like both of those in that situation. Should I start Chop Robinson?
Yes.
Obviously dependent on your needs, but he is a good play.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kyler Murray or Goff?
Goff.
Goff.
It's never Kyler Murray.
I think one of my friends just texted me in our home league saying how mad he is because Kyler is dealing with sickness today as well. So I think that reaffirms that. Michael Pittman or Deontay Thornton? Pittman week 1.
I'm going Deontay Thornton. Let's be surprised. Let's have fun. It's week 1.
Let's do it. All right. You know what? You pulled me over. Deontay Thornton, week 1.
Let's go.
60-yard bomb coming in. All right. Brandon Jones, Shaquan Brisker, or Kevin Byard. I'm going Brisker. Better utilization.
Hey, I'm a big Brisker boy. He's back. He looks healthy. No more concussions. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, indeed. Health up for the one we call Brisker. Chop Rousseau or Diaby, just one. DL4.
Chop.
There we go. All right. David, Jared Verse or Grant Delpit in your flex.
Tackle heavy, Delpit, big play, big 3 IDP scoring, Jared Verse.
Took the words right out of my mouth, sir. Beautifully said. War Cloud's coming with another one. Zach Allen, Leonard Williams, or Jared Verse. Sit one of these guys. I'm going to sit Leonard Williams actually in his matchup. And I like the other 2.
Yep, agree.
All right, Kevin coming in. Jalen Ramsey over Witherspoon, 2-point tackle.
Sure. Let's be surprised week 1. Let's, Adam talked about it last week on the flag plan episode that Jalen Ramsey is really starting to play a little bit more around the line of scrimmage. So let's be surprised. Let's go Jalen Ramsey.
And Witherspoon potentially moving outside a bit more at times as well. So I like the call. Pick one from Grenard, Van Ginkel, Zach Allen, or Diaby.
I like Grenard. I like Van Ginkel. I think we're going to be surprised at the Dallas Turner usage. I like Zach Allen as well and Diaby, but I like Grenard in all. I mean, he's so slept on.
Yes, he is. Great utilization, great production. So Grenard is the one for me as well. So my league this season is starting IDP. Well done, Spurs 72. Keep growing IDP. Any of these guys you would pick up? Lake, Newbin, Delpid.
Yes.
Josh Meter? Or is it maybe Metellus? I bet you're probably trying to go with Metellus.
Yeah. I would go Lake, Delpit, then Newbin, probably.
Okay. Yep. I mean, honestly, a lot of great names. So,
Yeah.
but I'm with you on that order. Nick L update Harris. Battle also available. DB3 behind Branch and Chin.
Okay.
I would probably lean in Battle just for week 1 utilization and the matchup there. All right, Rogaroo coming in. Gervin Dexter. Oh, he was saying what's another option? A deep GT potentially play. Gervin Dexter. Rogaroo coming in, asking questions and giving answers here on the first week. Thank you, Rogaroo. Always a staple here for us. Let's see here. I think we talked through some of these. Oh, no, you added Landmark or Neiman. Do I pick up any? I don't think there should be Landman probably.
Yeah.
I would stay with who we talked about. Some of those safeties are probably more consistent options than someone like a Landman or especially a Ben Neiman if that's who that is.
For sure.
All right, Bears, Bengals, or Jags DST. Not the Bengals. I don't think they couldn't stop a nosebleed. I'm sorry.
That's so true.
God, I forget who the Jags are playing. I'm blanking.
The Panthers. So probably Jags, maybe.
I could see the Jags, yeah, just because I'm not fully sold in yet there on the Panthers offense. Who's the starting safety to own in San Francisco, Jackson, Houston, and Oakland? And who would you rather have of the 4? I mean, Houston, it's Petrie if because he's playing up around the line of scrimmage. Oakland, actually Las Vegas, excuse me. Yeah, Las Vegas would be Jeremy Chin. That would be the safety I would take there.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, that's gross, but that's Oh gosh, I'm blanking on him.
Andrew Wingard, potentially
Yeah.
going to get some PT. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm definitely going Jeremy Chin. Get Jeremy Chin because I think he's going to really surprise with how many tackles he's going to have this season.
Right. And then San Francisco, maybe I'd probably lean into Jair Brown. I just think he has
Yeah,
some upside there.
for sure.
So all right, moving on. Josh, thanks for the recommendation, gents. Last one on the defense or offensive side, no PPR, but 1 point for first downs. Tyrone Tracy, Jalen Ward, Pollard, Mason, start 3. So start there. I think
Tracy.
for me, Tracy's the one I'm sitting. And then Dobbs, Debo, Renfro, pick 1.
You're sitting Tracy?
Instead of Warren, who I think should get all the passing work. Pollard, who should get all the work, and Jordan Mason. I love the touchdown upside in that matchup.
Wow, interesting. I would probably go Tracy, Warren, Pollard, maybe. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see the Warren and Caleb Johnson share in week 1, and then Dobbs, Debo, Renfro start 1. I'm gonna go Debo. Let's be surprised.
Yeah, I like that as well. So, I mean, we're locked in on Warren and Pollard. So
Yeah.
split your hairs between Tracy and Mason, and then we're both in on Debo here for
I just think
week
Tracy's really
1.
slept on. I understand the Scatabo love, but man, that guy's pretty good. It's time. Let's go.
It's not even so much just so much Scatable. It's they also still have Devin Singletary there, right?
Yeah,
Who
good
is someone
call.
they pursued last year. It's just ambiguous, but you know what? That's how you profit in fantasy football, is that ambiguity. So,
Yeah.
if Tracy you think is the guy who's going to win it, absolutely plant your flag and go with it, man, because that is how you recognize more value overall as well. Richard coming in, it's time, boys. Oh god, I can feel it in my bones right now. We're just a few short hours away from 7 hours of semi-interrupted football for those who follow in that story. Thank you, ESPN.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Milano and Diablo this year? Diablo needs to be on your roster. Milano is worth a stash in deeper leagues because he still should have some value this year, but I think Diablo has some real upside for this year that Bobo talked about earlier.
Yep, both kind of on the edge too of being not relevant. Diablo really needs to stick with it and get the usage, and then Milano just needs to stay healthy. I'm open to being surprised by Milano's health in week 1, but I really hope that guy is healthy because he's fun to have an IDP when he is.
Yep, I agree. All right, back to the offensive side. Kyler Murray, Stroud, Purdy, Lawrence, or May.
No to Kyler Murray.
Correct.
No to Purdy, probably also. No to May. Maybe Purdy week 1.
Yeah, I'm sitting Stroud in this situation, right? And I'm again Texans fan. I'm passing on him. I like Purdy or May are my 2 choices. Purdy would be 1, and then
maybe Lawrence. Hey, if we believe in Travis Hunter that much, Panthers defense is not going to be great. I could see Purdy or Lawrence there, but that's a tricky one. Yeah. Not Kyler for sure.
We both seem comfortable with Purdy, so I think maybe that might be the right answer here overall for you, Skywalker. David, time to panic on Jack Sanborn. Do not panic on Sanborn. Week 1 utilization and the poor play could definitely clear itself up, but maybe have a backup plan. And is Jihad Campbell the truth? God, the way he carried some of those seam routes and the way he played, I would like to think so. But again, we need to see strong utilization before he's in every lineup for us for IDP. Drop Dorian Williams for Ivan Pace. Bobo's going to tell you.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. I'm sticking with Dorian Williams.
All right. TM, how do you rank these quarterbacks? DeJean, Gordon, Ramsey. I'd probably go Gordon, DeJean, Ramsey.
Yeah, I like DeJean, but I'm with you. I'm gonna switch there and go Gordon, DeJean, Ramsey, and maybe we're surprised in week 1 with Jalen Ramsey. Maybe all of a sudden he's looking like he's getting safety usage.
Right. I love Adam's call on that, and I could see it. I'm hesitant here for right now to give it just yet. His Jalen Petrie play. He's projected on Sleeper as a zeros Y. He hasn't been on the Texans injury report all week. I haven't seen anything notification come
Sleeper's
through.
Weird sometimes like that.
Yeah, so I personally would have no worries with it, HB. I'm even double checking right now. So yeah, officially reporting no Jalen Petrie news or out. So you're good to go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Devontae Adams or Mike Evans PPR. I'd go
Mike Evans.
I'd go Mike Evans.
Yep.
All right. Hi guys. I have 2 slots for wide receiver. Adams, Egbuka, Golden, Pearsall, Myers, Adams, Igbuka for me.
I'm going to go Pearsall, Egbuka.
Okay.
Devontae Adams, we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see who your boy
Stingley.
who covers who. I want to see
Yeah.
who's on Adams, who's on Puka. I think Puka's going to move around. I think Adams is definitely going to stay outside, but I think Pearsall is going to get a lot of targets this year.
Yeah. Nope. I'm with you there too. Well, Igbuka's the locked in one between the two of us.
Yeah.
So definitely get him in there. Standard league.
Okay.
Y'all hyping up Kaiser? Is he lining up for LB2? I don't know that we're hyping him up per se for week one, but I think he has the talent and the experience to easily supplant Cedric Gray for LB2. So you need to be rostering him where possible. If not, just keeping an eye on the news to be ahead of your teammate or your league mates.
Need to check and see if he's even dressing, because I think last I'd heard he had just signed to the practice squad. So not even sure if he's up yet.
Yep. All right. Greg Rousseau or Josh Sweat?
Always Greg Rousseau. Josh Sweat is so annoying. He's a worse version of Josh Hines Allen. Hines Allen is good in his own right. I mean, he had 17 sacks in 2023, but is maddening when he doesn't do anything. And Josh Sweat is just a worse version of that. So Greg Rousseau for sure for me.
All right. Standard League IDP, Travis Hunter,
Ginkle,
Caden Ellis. Couldn't you get Grenard as DL or LB? What do you think? I would have Grenard ahead of Van Ginkel. So keep Ellison, keep Hunter in, obviously. And
I think Van Ginkel's a good sell right now. I think you could look up and all of a sudden Dallas Turner, and nothing against Van Ginkel, but I think Dallas Turner's just going to get it's time. It's Dallas Turner season.
All right, morning, fellas. Can start 4 of these 6. Which 2 would you sit? IDP 1, 2, 3. So Dorian Williams, Zaven Collins, Trayvon Walker, Mac Wilson, Chop Robinson, and Kayvon Thibodeau. I am likely sitting Dorian Williams.
Yes, and Mac Wilson.
Yeah.
I'm going to start Zaven. I'm going to start Trayvon. I'm going to start Chop, and let's have fun with Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yep, he's still very relevant here in week 1 for us.
Yeah.
All right, order these 3 big 3 scoring. Leonard, Quay, Edgerrin, Verse.
Let's go the inverse. I'm going to go Verse, Cooper, Quay, Leonard Williams.
Yep, I agree. Florida man, thoughts on Marquise Sigel? Oh boy, I'm struggling to interpret which player.
Those are our thoughts.
Yeah. All right, Florida man. Might need a respelling on the name if you can get it in there. Sorry, we're struggling on that one. For now, Paul, with Edwards out, which player would you start? Cody Barton, Christian Harris, EJ Speed, also potentially Owe, Leonard Williams, Cam Curl. I'm taking the points with Cody Barton.
100%. Yeah, I like Cam Curl too. I think he could be pretty decent in week 1, but I'm going to go Barton for sure.
Okay, Richard's asking, start Nicky Manwari today.
Nope.
God, I love the talented name, but I agree. We need to see utilization first before we feel comfortable with the lineup.
Hey, shout out my boy Fantasy Guru, bro. Need a CB to pick up and start with Gonzalez out. Any ideas? I'm not giving you any help today, so you're on your own there, Ben. Look at him doubling down here. Go to the next one. Oh, get out of here, Ben. Let's go down here to Chris.
I love it. Shutting out the league mates. Well played.
For sure.
Nothing matters more than a fantasy W, especially in week 1.
Exactly.
Chris coming through. Thank you for the show and the help. I have Ertz and Jonnu Smith as my tight ends. Do I drop one to pick up Hunter Henry for Dynasty? I personally am okay dropping Ertz for Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
I think Henry is still just one of the staples of that offense, and the other wide receivers haven't proven anything yet.
Spot on.
Yeah. All right. Ridley, Debo, or Jay Williams in my flex spot.
Man, let's go Debo. Ridley's got a rookie quarterback. Jameson Williams is cool, but I don't know. I just think Debo's healthy, and I think that maybe we're going to be surprised by him.
Debo would be 2 for me, but I'm very comfortable with it. All right, we got 2 minutes left and about a handful of questions here, so we're just going to try to rapid fire these out, guys. Apologize. We have a hard stop at 9:30. So, David coming in, got D. Winters, Servosia Dennis, and Diablo on my bench. Any of these a breakout season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. They're all great holds and stashes. Winters is, I think, even playable week 1, depending on how deep. Same with Diablo.
Yeah.
You got a great stashes there.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea coming in 2 spots. Bobby Wagner, Spillane, Cashman.
Wagner and Cashman.
I'm comfortable with that as well. Rousseau or Zach Allen.
Rousseau.
Yep. I like it. Zach Allen's got great volume, great play, but Rousseau is a strong one for us. Byron Young or Cody Barton. Who are we dropping?
Man, probably Byron Young.
Yep. I think you're spot on there. Jeff, hey, there's Jeff.
Hey, there
People
he
wonder where
is.
Jeff is. Thank
Shout
you,
out, Jeff.
We love it. We love to see you, sir. Drop one running back for PPR, Eckler or Tracy. I'm dropping Tracy. I think Eckler is too viable all season for me.
I think you're probably right.
All right, David coming in. Mike Singer. So we got real rapid fire. They're all flying in at the end here. Mike Singer still season with him in the slot.
Yeah,
absolutely. Fire him up, especially cornerback required. Hippolyte would be the backup for TJ Edwards. So if you can stash that and be ready for Monday night, great plan. How about Demario Davis, Cody Barton, Micah McFadden, Anzalone, Zaven, or Chop?
Yeah, I'm going to go Davis, Barton, probably right in that order. I think Anzalone is going to get a lot of playing time. If you need the upside, maybe go Chop.
Yep. Perfect call out. Monty or Brees flex, full PPR.
Probably Brees.
I'm still going Brees. Yep.
Yeah.
Especially in PPR. Best in the biz. Cheers. Thank you, Rugero. Thank you, guys. And last one for the day here. Sherwood, Cooper, or Ernest Jones. Bob, finish us off.
Ernest Jones. Let's have fun. Week 1. Start a Ram.
There we go.
That's probably the wrong answer.
Nah, they're all great answers. I really don't think you can go wrong with that one. All right, guys, that takes us to 9:30. That is a stop for us at 299 people. Thank you guys so much. Best of luck in your week 1 lineups. We hope to see you guys all throughout the weeks. Check out all the shows. Check out all the stuff on idp.com. And again, we'll see you guys in the championships.